Today, let's talk about practicing. So we often hear this advice that practicing every single day will allow us to improve in our musical skills. But in our busy schedules and busy lives, how possible is it to actually practice every single day? And even if we could do it, what's the minimal amount of practice that we need to be doing in order to show a notable improvement? I'm on a mission to find out if daily minimal practicing will indeed lead to improvements in my playing. So here's how it's gonna work. I'm currently going for weekly piano lessons, and what I'll do is I will set aside 15 minutes a day, no more, no less, every single day to practice my assigned work. And by the end of the week, when I go back for my piano lessons, I'm gonna let my piano teacher decide if I've indeed improved in my playing. Hi guys, this is Bryan 老师.
Hi.
Okay, so usually at the end of the lesson, we will record something on the piano so that I have a reference to practice. So yeah, okay, Bryan 老师, let's go.
Alright, come, you stand over here in front of me and we will get it.
Okay. Hey! Okay, so today is day one of practice. My lesson was yesterday, so today is day one of practice. So a bit of explanation about what's going on. So basically, what I'm learning is learning how to interpret chords. Yeah, so I got to figure out the notes, that's one, and then figure out what kind of patterns that I want to play. Okay, so yeah, so I'm going to concentrate on the chorus today. Wish me luck. Okay, so I will set the timer at 16 minutes instead of 15 because, well, I need time to change screen and sit down, so 15 minutes. Okay, let's go!
Next day.
Hi guys, it's day 2 of practice today. So I don't have a piano with me today, so I'm practicing at home. So to make do with that, what I do is I usually practice on the MIDI keyboard that I have at home. So I plug it up to my iPad and then play this keyboard and there's sound coming through to it. Yeah, so that's how I make do with what I have, although I don't have a piano with me all the time. Okay, let's start our day 2 practice.
One week later.
Okay, so it's a lesson day today. I'm actually early for my class, and I usually try to come earlier because I kind of want to. I don't like to go into my class cold, which means that I've never played that anything or warmed up on that day, and I just go in for class. So yeah, I got about 10 to 15 minutes before it's my turn. So I'm going to practice until my teacher comes to get me. Let's go! Okay, going for lesson. Moment of truth.
Hi.
Okay, so post lesson, so we're gonna ask teacher Bryan. So was there any improvement?
Yes, there was improvement. You always have improvement anyway, 15 minutes or not. But this one has a lot of improvement and very steady. I think what's good is that you're very familiar. What's not so good is you're very familiar with the notes that you have not spent any thought about the expression and the dynamics about it. And because of that, it's too late, too late, because you already stuck with the memory of the non-expressionless way of performing it. So now that I ask you to play with performance, with dynamics, it's kind of difficult because it's not natural anymore. You don't have a clean slate to put things on.
So it makes more sense to spend more time practicing at a slower tempo and go into the details rather than rush it in 15 minutes, right?
Indeed, but I also understand that playing it so slow does not give you any linkan or whatever. So I can understand. Maybe you have to play it fast first to get the idea, form some kind of expression, then break it down, and then practice it slow.
Okay, thank you, Bryan. Thank you.
Now that we've come to the end of our week-long journey, we know that it's definitely possible to have a noticeable improvement even if you practice only 15 minutes a day. Well, 15 minutes is a very short time. So, here are some of my personal tips on how to make that 15 minutes really count. Tip number 1. Don't just know what to practice but how to practice as well. Instead of practicing the entire piece during your practice session, concentrate on 1 or 2 difficult passages during your practice session and try to get them correct. Even better, concentrate on practicing rudiments and exercises that will help you make those difficult passages sound better when you put them together in the piece. Tip number 2. Record your playing after every single practice session. This is allow you to review your own practices so that you can find out what your common mistakes are and focus on them in the following practice session. Also, it serves as an encouragement for yourself when you look back at your old practice videos and look at how far you have progressed. Tip number 3. Learning your music can take place anytime, anywhere. For example, you can review your practice videos while traveling on public transport or while taking breaks in between your homework. Or you could even review them as you are drying your hair after a shower. These are good time filler activities to spend your time rather than scrolling through TikTok or stalking your crush on IG. Tip number 4. Put aside all your distractions around you, for example, your phone, so that you have an uninterrupted 15 minutes of practice. Tip number 5. No matter what or how you are practicing, always make sure that you're having fun with it. If not, what's the point of making music, right? I hope that my week-long journey has inspired you to set time aside for short but consistent practice. I also hope that the tips will be helpful for you to produce fruitful practice sessions. Thank you for coming with me on this week-long journey, and guess what? Right now, it's time for you to go practice.